Hello and welcome back to Bookish and welcome back to Tag Tuesday. This week's tag is the Buddy Read tag. Is that right? Yeah. The Buddy Read tag, which is created by Noah over at Everyone Who Reads Must Converse. I'll leave a link to his original video down below. If you've never been to Noah's channel, let me encourage you to go over there. Noah is a really positive, upbeat person whose videos are always delightful, so go check that out. And I was tagged by Mark Nash, one of my good friends here on BookTube, tagged me to do the Buddy Reader tag. Thank you, Mark, for that. I'll leave a link to Mark's tag down below. So this tag is all about one of the features of BookTube, which is Buddy Reads, where you and other BookTubers read a book together and you share your thoughts. Usually for me, it's been through Voxer, but I assume it could be shared in other ways too. I've done a few, or I've done at least one Zoom kind of meeting that was related to buddy reading. So it's just a really fun way to kind of read different books and to kind of communicate with those people here in the BookTube community about specific books. So prompt number one is accountability. Do you like buddy reads? Yes, I really like buddy reads. This is a surprise to me. Before BookTube, I would have classified myself as a non-joiner, that I don't really like joining groups. I don't really like joining in on things that are part of the group dynamic. Bit of a loner, standoffish, I think might be how you describe me in real life, at least at one point. And so it does surprise me, but I do really like buddy reads. This is right here at the end of May when I'm filming this. I go up tomorrow on the 1st of June. And I just finished up 3 buddy reads this month, and I have, I believe, 2 buddy reads in June, unless I'm forgetting one, and I hope that I'm not. And I think I already have 3 buddy reads scheduled for July, so definitely something. Oh, and then the ongoing buddy read I'm doing with Sean the Book Maniac of we're reading Eudora Welty's collected stories, which is going really well. I'm enjoying that also. Prompt number 2, sharing. Is there an ideal size group for buddy reads? I don't think so. Most of the buddy reads I've done have been one-on-one or small group, but I did do 2 larger buddy reads. One of BookTube's own Hannah, from Hannah's Books, her book Unspeakable, which is historical work. Involved in a big kind of buddy read group project with that, which was just great. I did a big buddy read of the autobiography of Malcolm X with Kazan from Always Doing, and a lot of other booktubers were involved in that, but I believe Kazan is the one who put that together, and that was great. So in reality, no, I don't think there's an ideal size. I do think, and it is true, that obviously the larger number of people you involve, the more lives you involve, and the more lives you involve, the more likely there is to be some kind of a hiccup. There's going to be scheduling problems, there might be some logistical problems, technical problems may crop up the more people, but that's no reason, I think, to restrict size. Prompt number 3 is duration. Are shorter or longer books better for buddy reads? I think the ideal length for a buddy read book is between around 250 and 400 pages, and this just is the way I think it works out best for me. About 100 pages a week is about the most that I usually can read from any one book. Now, thanks to BookTube, I'm reading multiple books at the same time, but 100 pages from any single book is about my limit per week. So if you just do that in a month, that's 4 weeks, 4 check-ins, 100 pages a week. And then for shorter books, around 250, you can do that in a series of shorter check-ins over a couple of weeks. And so I think that's ideal. I don't think I've been involved in a longer buddy read book than that, with the exception of, I believe, the short stories of Eudora Welty will come out to be well over 400 pages, but that's a little different because we're just reading 1 short story a week. Prompt 4, community. There are many types of readers. Share a meeting of the minds. Okay, so I don't think I've been involved in a buddy read in which somebody really hated a book and I liked it or loved it. So for the most part, there has been agreement, but I think probably the buddy read where I thought there was the greatest meeting of the minds, where my buddy reader and I kind of were on the exact same page, was a book that our buddy read with Britta Bowler called The Hiding Game, and neither Britta or I thought that book was particularly successful, and I think we pretty much agreed right down the line with what wasn't working about it and what we wish the author had done better. So that would be my meeting of the minds. Prompt 5, perspective. There are many types of readers share a difference in perspective. Again, I haven't had a huge, I can't remember a buddy read in which there was huge disagreement, but I do know that Patrice Jones and I, Patrice Jones, buddy reader extraordinaire, BookTube commenter extraordinaire, we read a collection of short stories by the author Edward P. Jones, who is most famous for his incredibly great novel, The Known World. We read a collection of short stories whose title I can't read right now from this distance, and I like the stories, I think, a good deal more than Patrice did, and so that would be one in which there was a difference of opinion. I know there are some stories, some of the short stories, I like them, and she didn't. Prompt 6, challenges. Share a private or a public challenge to read out of your comfort zone. Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space has asked me to join in on kind of a buddy read or group read at some point in the future of Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, and Russian writers in general I would classify as outside my comfort zone. I did just finish reading George Saunders' A Swim in the Pond in the Rain, which breaks down short stories by Tolstoy, Turgenev, Gogol, and Chekhov. And that kind of made me feel a little bit more optimistic. But I would say that Dostoevsky, who I've tried to read The Brothers Karamazov several times and failed, is outside my comfort zone. And that's kind of a buddy read, group read thing would be outside my comfort zone. Prompt 7, what is your favorite reading event and why? Okay, this is almost impossible to do because I like all the reading events I participate in. I particularly like the ones that encourage me to read more diversely. So next month, starting today, is Pride Month, and I'll be intentionally reading books by LGBTQ plus authors this month. Maybe not as many as I have in the past because buddy reads and other things are a part of my reading month this month, but I love all the diversity related reading months. I am determined to participate more fully in Asian American Heritage and Pacific Islander reading month next year. I kind of dropped the ball on that one. I really do like Victober a lot because reading 19th century British literature is something I avoided up until BookTube, and so it's been fun for me to discover authors and works and books that I'd been avoiding and reading those. Love nonfiction November, so you can see what I'm saying. There really isn't a reading event that I participated in that I don't really like. A lot. Prompt 8, Can't Stop A BookTuber you have buddy read the most with. Okay, this really tests my memory, which is not strong, but I believe that with the completion of A Swim in the Pond in the Rain, that there's a tie between Patrice Jones and Britta Bowler. I believe I buddy read 4 books each with those wonderful people and enjoyed each one. If I had to go through and remember the names of all the books I've buddy read with them, I think I would probably fail, but I believe it's 4 each for those booktubers. Prompt 9, Won't Stop A BookTuber you haven't but want to buddy read with. That would begin, I think, with Hannah from Hannah Books, Courtney Ferreter, also would love to do a buddy review, and Daniel from Guilty Feet. I think that would be great. But to be honest with you, there are lots of people I would enjoy doing a buddy read with, and so I just chose 3 names at random, so I didn't just say all of you, which seems like a cop-out, which I'm about to do for Prompt 10. Prompt 10 is to tag some buddies, and I really like the idea of the way I got tagged. I'm going to tag everybody who I mentioned in this video, and that means you too, Patrice. You can leave your answers in the comment section below. If I tagged you to do this, if I mention you in this tag, then I'm tagging you to do the tag. Anyway, there you go. There's the buddy reader tag. Happy Tag Tuesday. I look forward to your comments in the comment section below, and as always, thank you for watching.